Right, I've been hunting around online and I wanted to share with you these things, very simple little chunks of rubber that they are. And if you don't know, you might guess from these stands in the background here, they are rubber jack stand pads intended to go on top of axle stands. You can see here, these are the pads that came with these stands when I bought them. And while I like the stands, the pads are useless. They're way too soft and they've just been cut through and worn out. I've really only lowered the car onto these maybe a dozen times and they're totally gone, worthless. So these new ones are quite a lot more substantial and they have the flat tops to them, so you could use them to support a flat surface. But primarily they have this deep V cut into them, so they're intended to hold the pinch weld that runs along the under edge of most cars and is the place that you'd put jack stands in many use cases. So they'll sit up like this and prevent the damage that you can get from just using metal on metal. That's to say the pinch weld is a bit fragile and the car's weight will easily bend it like this. And I may or may not be responsible for this, I'm not saying. So these things look to be made out of quite a tough rubber, even at the side walls. If I try to bend this, it's quite strong, as you can see. It looks pretty resilient. And obviously they have this shaped underside that should fit most jackstand cradles. Certainly with these ones, they fit like they came with them. 100% match and nice and snug too. They're not prone to falling off. As you can see, I can even lift the weight of the steel just using the friction fit. So that's quite nice. So they should be able to take a bit of abuse, I hope. Maybe try not to drop your car quite like this. But that's a convenient test for the rubber. The shape is obviously good for this car. It's sitting there taking the weight quite nicely. And after the fact, you can see that the surface is marred up, as you'd expect. But even at the bottom of the V channel, there's not really too much damage. So, they'll eventually wear out, but hopefully they'll last a while. Now, you can get these on Amazon. It's actually where I found them. Some of them are branded, but they are just a generic Chinese thing. And if you like, you can save a few dollars if you buy them directly from China. And if you don't mind waiting weeks for them to turn up. But I'll put the links to Amazon below anyway. All right, well, I thought that would be useful for some people. Have fun.